It's a whole new season, new cars, new drivers, and the title fight is set to go up another gear as Darren Kelly looks to defend his championship title for the Turbos as the V8s are hot on their tail. You're watching highlights from round one of the 2015-16 Demon Energy D1NZ Championship Series kicking off in the mighty Manawatu. Yes, it's round one in fielding. Palmerston North and the lower North Island's only chance at seeing some of Australasia's best drifters do battle at the iconic Manfeild Raceway, and it was all about the new cars, the new liveries, and the new faces making the move up from the Pro Sport Drift Series. Last season's Pro Sport Series winner Troy Jenkins has made the move up to the Pro Championship in the Brian Roberts towing Nissan S15. Looking forward to the new challenges ahead.
Manfeild, really fast. I won here last year, so it feels good to be back. Just the step up for me into Pro and then also the big 265s, it's been a bit different to set the car up, but it's been really good. I love Manfeild, it's a nice flowing section, and I just hope the rain stays away.
Some of the other new faces in the Pro class include Dylan Woolhouse in the NZKW C35 Laurel, Stuart Baker in the 1.5JZ S13, Adam Davies in the Mimico 13B 180SX, Ben Wilkinson stepping into a borrowed Tyre Crew S14, and local hometown favourite Jaron Olive Krona. A huge weekend for the ODM team, rebuilding an engine right before the event, though still managing to get on track and make an impression. Australian import Michael Prosnick also made his Manfeild debut over the weekend. The Melbourne-based Supreme Caravans S13 doing a full season campaign, a taste of what's to come when more of Australia's best come to our shores for the Trans-Tasman Drift Series later in the season.
What's the difference between Australia and New Zealand for drifting?
Bit of style. It's judged a little bit differently. It takes a bit to adapt, but we keep coming back, obviously, so it is really good.
Fresh from competing in the Trans-Tasman Drift Series is current D1NZ defending champion Darren Kelly in the Hi-Tech Oils R34 Skyline. Kelly was ecstatic with his championship win at Pukekohe last season, feeling reminiscent heading into the 2016 season to defend the iconic D1NZ title.
Yeah, D1NZ, it's always been the series that we've watched from day one. Globally, it's watched all over the world, so it's got a pretty good name. It's definitely up there with a lot of championships around the world. And with guys like Fangadan and Kurt and all these top guys, Gaz Wider, being able to compete with those guys is just, yeah, was a dream as I was growing up, so it's pretty cool to be out here competing against him now.
So round one at Manfeild Raceway, an iconic circuit with plenty of history. 4 turns make up the drift section, a fast-flowing full-throttle circuit with 5 clipping points, including a transition zone and an inside zone with a new scoring format for the season, featuring a 35-35-30 split across the 3 judges. Despite forecast rain, it was dry conditions for qualifying on day one, and the BSR 350Z of Brad Smith was an early pace setter, so too for Nico Reed in the Evergreen Tyres Nissan S15. Those eager to see Danem Templeman's new 1200 horsepower 2JZ E46 BMW got their first look of the car in action, though it seems he was still settling into a brand new chassis, qualifying down in 17th. At the top end of the order, it was Team D1NZ showing brilliant form after competing in Australia. Jody Verhulst taking 5th place, just half a point shy of her partner Drew Donovan, qualifying in 4th. The fight for pole position would see Darren Kelly's RB30 Skyline outnumbered by V8s, the defending champion holding on to 3rd place in the RB30 powered Hi-Tech Oils R34. It was an entertaining exchange between Kurt Whitaker and Fangadan Woolhouse for the top spot. In the end, it was Woolhouse settling for 2nd place in the Century Batteries Commodore, Kurt Whitaker taking pole position with a 92-point pass, his sights set firmly on Darren Kelly.
The pressure's on Darren. He's got the target on his head. We've been there, we've done that. We know exactly what he's going through. Everyone wants a piece of him, and me especially coming second. He stole it away from us at Pookie, so we're out for revenge, and we'll be hoping to take him out nice and early.
So it was Rattler Motorsports' Kurt Whitaker in pole position from Woolhouse, Kelly, Donovan and Verhulst for the top 5, Armstrong, Grove, Steedman, Reed and Brad Smith finishing the top 10. Into the battles, and the first matchup of the season went to Dainham Templeman and Troy Jenkins, the 2JZ E46 leaving Troy's S15 in a cloud of smoke. While it was a win for Dainham into the top 16, pole sitter Kurt Whitaker came to upset the party early on. This time it was Dainham getting lost in the smoke, dropping a wheel at the second transition zone. Dainham would then push Kurt to an OMT, only to make the same mistake again, handing victory to the Ford 410 V8. This would put Kurt through to the top 8 against Team DSR's Dave Steedman in his teammate's car, the 13B 180SX washing out wide with Steedman struggling to recover, Whitaker through to the semi-finals. Team D1NZ's Drew Donovan was pushed into a rerun by Team ATJ's Tom Marshall in the new Evergreen Tyres S15. Unfortunately, it would be mechanical dramas knocking him out of the top 16, giving Donovan a pass into the top 8. His partner Jody Verhulst would also be knocked out of the top 16 by Shane Allen in the Rattler Falcon, putting him up against Drew Donovan to do battle for the semi-finals. While Shane Allen was another with new form over the weekend, it was Drew Donovan coming out with a strong lead run, taking victory into the top 4. On the other side of the tree, Dan Woolhouse took a bye run in the 32 to line up against Phil Sutherland in the top 16. Phil struggling with grip issues to hand Fangadan victory into the top 8. This put him up against an aggressive Gaz Grove in the CMP Construction S15, leaving a fair paint swap across the front bumper of Fangadan's Commodore. Despite pushing Woolhouse into an OMT, it was the big four-door taking victory in the final pass and through to the top 4. Cole Armstrong made a big setup change heading into the season with a new RB30 det now powering the Nissan 250 GT Skyline. Battling Joe Marshall in the top 16, the little Evergreen Tyres 180SX couldn't shake off the big V Energy Skyline. Cole Armstrong taking the win into the top 8. This saw him give chase to current series champion Darren Kelly in the High-Tech Oils R34 Skyline. Kelly looking strong in the lead until mechanical failure would end his run in the top 8, breaking a rose joint in the front steering, handing victory to Armstrong into the semi-finals. While Kelly was left with a broken car, it was time for the final 4, and Kurt Whitaker was not easing up on Drew Donovan, again putting on consistent laps and chasing hard with a victory into the final. On the flip side, it was the battle of the four-door sedans, a clash between Cole Armstrong's turbocharged RB30 and Fangadan's supercharged V8. Fanga trying to close the gap in the chase to take victory into the final with Kurt Whitaker. This put Cole into the battle for 3rd and 4th with Drew Donovan leading out in the Milwaukee Tools S15, Cole trying to hunt down the V8 in front of him. While it was a solid drive all day, Donovan would miss the last late apex at the end of the section, Cole Armstrong capitalising with victory and 3rd place on the podium. The final battle of the day would see 2 former champions line up once again as Kurt Whitaker and Fangadan set themselves up for a battle royale. The Ford 410 V8 leading out in front, the supercharged Holden V8 in behind. Fangadan would close the gap early on with a strong chase run, hanging off the rear quarter of Kurt's Autosure R34 Skyline. While it was a strong chase from Fanga, all eyes were on Kurt Whitaker after a dominating performance all weekend, but it would be the battle that got away for Whitaker. The Century Batteries Commodore looking strong out in front, Fangadan Woolhouse shaking off a historic fielding curse and grabbing his first ever victory at Manfeild Raceway.
Fangadan, you went up against Kurt in the final.
Yeah, it's been, like I say, it's been from day one pretty much coming to this track, a whole lot of seconds, and we had a good run against Kurt here about 3 years ago. and when we met again, it was like it's on. You know, like we've come here to do a job, and yeah, just drove the car as hard as I could, and yeah, I'm just blown away, mate. It's just awesome.
So Fangadan draws first blood in the 2015-16 championship, but the consistent form went to Kurt Whitaker, who had a dominating drive all weekend with pole position, Cole Armstrong the best of the turbos in third with Drew Donovan in fourth, and Darren Kelly hanging on to fifth place. For full results and latest series news, visit D1NZ.com. Well, there's your highlights from round one of the Demon Energy D1NZ Drifting Championship. The next round heads to the concrete jungle at ASB Bay Park in January 8th to 9th under lights for the first time. And don't forget, for more videos including raw footage, onboards and extended features, make sure you hit subscribe or follow us on Facebook.com/Oversteer TV.